The oldest championship in the game, the Open Championship, has something of an American feel in a sense. It feels like a stadium. Our friends in Columbus say, hey, we've got a horseshoe too, and there'll be tens of thousands packed around the 72nd hole to see who is the champion golfer. It was Tiger Woods the last time. Wednesday, kind of atypical. Tiger, Adam Scott among those out late, but given time change and the fact that it's light so late, maybe not that unusual.
Yeah, very often see players teeing off as late as 3 or even 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, Tiger Woods, the timeline and the pursuit of Jack Nicklaus since the time he was a very little boy, this is the man he's been chasing. And as Tiger began piling up major after major, he was well ahead of the pace of Jack. In 2008, he wins the U.S. Open. He's got 14. Missed the remainder of the year following ACL surgery. That was the last major, 2009. Jack won the PGA Championship, so it was 14-12. Then as you move into 2010, still no majors for Tiger. His best major finish came at the Masters. 2011, well, that year in 75, Nicklaus won the Masters and the PGA, so the pace was now even. And in 2012, had to withdraw with an Achilles injury, and that's really been the issue, is that as Tiger's body has betrayed him during this pursuit, that's been the reason that he's been stuck where he is. And it is interesting to note as you move through his best major finish last year being a tie for 5th. Jack moved to 15 at this age. Tiger needs to win this championship to be even with Jack in the pursuit. And of course, Jack won 18 major championships with Andy North, Scott Van Pelt. If you're putting together a recipe, and I suppose it applies to any player, but if we're looking specifically at Tiger Woods, what would you say? Here's Dr. North's prescription for how you might win the Claret Jug. What would you tell him?
I think it's very simply that he has to get off to a good start. I really do think he needs to play the first 3 holes well, and there's 2 very difficult par 4s in that stretch. Then he needs to play the par 5s. The par 5s here, that's where you score in the golf course. He's got to be at least 12 under. And we've seen over the last 3 or 4 years, he's missed some of those short putts. He can't miss a putt inside of 4 feet. These greens are pretty simple to putt on. You shouldn't miss one that length all week long.
Right. It's worth pointing out that when he won in 2006, Tiger lit up the par 5s and was 18 under par. All right, let's go one versus another and make a couple of picks. Adam Scott is the #1 player in the world. Phil Mickelson arrives as the reigning champion. Who are you picking?
I really think that Adam Scott is what's happened to him the last 2 Open Championships. He really could be playing for his 3rd this week. He's playing so well. He practices so well at these events. He has such a good game plan. I love the way he drives the golf ball.
Okay, so that's a pick of Adam Scott there. All right, from the young guns group, if you like, Rory, the old man in the group at 25, with Jordan Spieth. Who do you like here?
I really think that Jordan Spieth is figured this out. Not that he ever had a lot of trouble with it. He's playing exceptionally well. What he did at the Masters early in the year was so impressive. But the key, I think, this week is short game. His short game is as good as anybody in the world. 9 events since the Masters, out of the top 20 only once. All right, Bubba versus Kaymer. The reason we lump these two together, well, they're this year's major champions. It's got to be Kaymer. You can't get 2 players any further apart in personality than these two. Martin Kaymer is going to strategically just cut this golf course apart. He's going to put it in the right places. Bubba, we have no idea what Bubba's going to do. He might just blast it on every hole. It's going to be very interesting how he plays this golf course.
Patience, patience, patience. All right, the last 3 champs, all over 40. Give me an over 40 this week.
You see it right here on your screen. There's a player who drives the ball exceptionally well. He's played really good golf this year. He played well here the last time we were here at the top 5 finish. So I think this is a player that really has it going this year, and he's playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, I had a chance to play some golf actually with his caddy, Mike Cowan, better known as Fluff, and he said, man, you know, they haven't won, but they have been top 10 machines. So Jim Furyk, your over 40 pick for the week. All right, those are some picks, but people want to know who is your pick. Who do you like to win?
I think Henrik Stenson. He finished second in this championship last year. He's a #2 ranked player in the world. He's played very well in the last bunch of major championships, and he's such a good ball striker. That's going to be important this week.
And it's amazing how he is able to very anonymously navigate his way through the world. He's the 2nd-ranked player in the world, and with very little fanfare here, leading up to the beginning of the Open Championship. The weather will dictate how low the scores will go here at Royal Liverpool. We're covering the Open Championship all 4 rounds here on ESPN.
For a century and a half, all the greats have come to measure themselves against the names etched on the claret jug. They compete against Morris, Jones, Palmer, Ballesteros, maybe even a younger version of themselves. The Open Championship, where golf is celebrated and made.